Chapter 2. A Quiet Curse. The house was white, a farmhouse style with a wraparound porch and blue shutters, a time capsule. Anna spent her free time trying to preserve the last memories of family. The house was full, yet empty. Anna knew she wasn't a ghost, but it felt like she haunted it. The walk through the downstairs and up the stairs felt like miles. Her bedroom was the only place that still felt the same. The only place that hadn't been hollowed out by her father's absence. The thing with insomnia was you never knew when you'd actually sleep. But when you did, it was heavy, a sleep that still felt half awake, never fully restful. She'd take anything at this point. After the long and frustrating day she'd had, her bedroom called to her. The light lavender walls wrapped her in a false sense of security. She tried everything to reduce the anxiety and stress. Lavender lotions, magnesium supplements. Nothing ever truly helped, and the depression was worse, amplified by the loneliness. She pulled her cell phone from her pocket and noticed the missed call from her aunt. Her father's sister, Aunt Elena. She'd always been the black sheep of the family. Anna had always been fond of her, but the small talk was unbearable at this point. Elena claimed it was the family curse that took her grandfather, her late husband, her uncle, and now her dad. Tragedy seemed stitched into her blood, carried through the family line, like a curse. Death came often for the Litch family, sometimes swift, sometimes slow, but always tragic, always sudden. The darkness never frightened her. Shadows had been her constant companion since childhood, and she'd grown strangely comfortable in their company. She stared wide-eyed into the pitch-black room until she finally fell into a restless sleep. The hours passed quickly, time moving forward faster and faster every day. She tossed and turned all night, tugging the blanket over her head, trying to cover the morning light spilling into the room, wanting nothing more than to shut the world out and sink back into sleep. But the night had already come and gone. And still, Anna lay restless, exhausted. She sat on the edge of the bed, her bare feet brushing the cold hardwood floor. Her body was tense, her mind clouded from another sleepless night. "Come on, it's time to move," she told herself. "Get up." The shop wasn't going to open itself, and the last floral shipment was coming in. She needed to make money. She dressed mechanically, pulling on worn, dark jeans and a pale pastel sweater that hung a little loose. Lately, Anna chose comfort over vanity. She didn't care. Everything felt trivial. Still, even the thin fabric felt heavy, clinging in all the wrong places. A reminder of how uncomfortable she felt in her own skin. But it wasn't just that. She felt weak today. She paused in front of the mirror. Blue eyes stared back at her, pale, rimmed with shadows. Her father used to call them forget-me-not blue, the one thing people always seemed to compliment, though she rarely believed them. Her hair fell in messy waves, strawberry blonde strands catching the thin sunlight creeping through the curtains. Her gaze drifted lower, critical. The slope of her nose, too sharp, the curve of her mouth, uneven. Freckles she'd never liked, scattered across her cheeks like scuffs on porcelain. She leaned closer, picking herself apart piece by piece until the reflection felt foreign. Her stomach turned. The faint sickness that had lingered for weeks grew stronger. She pressed her palm to her abdomen and reached for the orange pill bottle on the vanity. 2 pills slid into her hand. Anxiety meds, her only way to cope, though they barely took the edge off. She swallowed them with the last sip of stale water from her nightstand. The house around her was quiet. It always was, now. Photographs lined the hallway. Her father, smiling on his motorcycle. Her grandmother's wedding portrait, stern but beautiful. Even baby pictures of Anna. They stared back like ghosts of a life she no longer recognized. There were no pictures of her mother. Not a single one. Anna knew why. Her mother hadn't died. She had simply left. Slipped out of their lives so long ago that the house had erased her, as though forgetting was easier than remembering. But forgetting never came. The absence was everywhere, in quiet dinners, in empty chairs, in the hollow space where comfort should have been. Anna adjusted her sweater, grabbed her bag, and stepped outside. The silence followed her all the way to the shop. That morning, several boxes of flowers were delivered, her last attempt to bring life back into the business. Sunlight shimmered through dusty window panes, reflecting off colored glass vases lined across the counter, creating a rainbow of light. She moved through the rows of blooms with practiced grace, clipping stems, pruning leaves, bundling fragile life in her hands. The afternoon came and fatigue sat heavy in her chest. A year ago, everything had been different. Friends, laughter, love, well, kind of, but everyone else had moved on, past the grief, past the small town nights. Everyone except Anna, frozen in time while her body absorbed the physical brunt of reality. Most days blurred together. Forgotten meals, cold coffee cups, hours lost to dissociation. Her shears clicked softly as she cut through a bundle of rose stems. The room began to blur. Before Anna could sit, she blinked, trying to steady herself. But the room spun violently. The flowers spilled from her hands. Thorns bit into her palm. And then, darkness.